Welcome to the original rock and wrestling radio show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Lane.
I want to say greetings, good evening, how you doing? Welcome into Beyond Ringside Live. Thank you for joining us on the simulcast on this 21st day of February. Live from Studio One, you got him, the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Lane, welcoming and tag team partner, the one, the only, Mark Mabo Bowman. What's up, brother?
Piss off.
There you go. Are you speaking British again, or is that actually an English colloquialism?
It's both.
Okay, so you're doing both of them. All right, cool. Works wonders for me. Leading off on my side of the board, before we go into all the gratuitous plugs, I want to say a heartfelt congratulations to Denny Hamlin, the driver of the number 11 FedEx Joe Gibbs Toyota, for winning not only the Daytona 500 this afternoon, but also winning his first Daytona 500 championship this afternoon. If you haven't seen the new Daytona Superspeedway, wow. Daytona Rising, wow. I think I know where I'm going on my vacation in 3 years. It's not that I'm going to wait 3 years to go. It's just that's when I'm actually going to get a vacation. So that's going to go. And my dad, of course, 85 years of age, turning cartwheels right now because Carl Edwards comes from 2 laps down to finish 5th on the day. Photo finish, 0.011 seconds involved. Less than 1 foot decided the margin of victory between Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. So once again, Denny, congratulations. Love the last lap move. It was a good ending to the Great American Race. I'll put it that way, as it is called. Mabo, lead story, your side of the board.
What?
Is there anything right off the top of your head that you want to pick on? Other than the fact
I don't know, man. Everything that's newsworthy, we haven't done a show in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can't think of anything that I actually give a crap about.
Well, I will lead with the way you called it a little while ago. WWE Fart Lane kicking off in about an hour and 30 minutes from right now. I'm sure the pre-show will be going off. And, of course, we'll have predictions coming up in about less than an hour from now as we go into the final segment of the program for this Sunday afternoon. Got a situation in play that I would like to pass along to everybody. The Midnight Black Mass is on a temporary hiatus. Apparently, situations transpired at Empire Pro Wrestling, which has left Reverend Dan on the shelf for right now. I don't have all the details. I am waiting to hear back from either him or his agent, and going to try to get all the information that I can. Like I said, Empire's had a lot of great things going on over the last few months, and last night, at their last outing, apparently the White Rose, as they are known, got to Reverend Dan, and, like, no matter what side of the fence you're on, you have to respect a manager and a personality the status of Reverend Dan Wilson. I do. We don't always see eye to eye. But the Midnight Black Mass taking a couple of weeks off while Reverend Dan recuperates. And, of course, when everything falls back into place, and we're definitely going to have the good Reverend on with us here on one of the Beyond Ringside shows in the upcoming weeks to get a full progress report from him and find out exactly a little bit more about what happened up at Empire and what they've got on the slate for the month of March. With everything going on, the Renaissance, with Lucha Underground, with Ring of Honor, with Impact, with WWE, with NXT, and Mark, I'm going to throw this one to you real quick. Has it become commonplace to mention WWE and NXT as separate entities now?
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much the only time they're ever mentioned together is when somebody from NXT gets called up. So that's about the only time you really can mention them. Because NXT, to me, is, and I don't care if I hurt anybody's feelings, you can suck a bag of donuts. Freaking NXT is above and beyond as far as product-wise. They're above and beyond WWE. And I said it, and if you don't like it, then stop listening.
No, don't stop listening. Just give us a reason why you feel otherwise. You can find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, or even email beyondringside@gmail.com.
Also, don't stop believing.
There you go, by Journey. Arnell or Steve Perry, you pick which version you like. Or, knowing Maybo, it might be Glee.
What?
I was waiting for that. Didn't think I'd get stunned silence out of it.
Actually, I was looking at a guinea pig wearing a birthday hat, but okay.
You put a birthday hat on your guinea pig?
No.
He put it on himself?
No, just people I'm friends with on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Now, the reason from my side of the board, my side of the coin, so to speak, the way that you're able to discuss NXT and WWE and the variances therein, WWE main roster product still written apparently by still mainstream television people, whereas NXT is pretty much done by wrestling people who understand the product in and of itself. Therefore, it translates better to the viewing audience. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
And you have to understand, folks, and for those who don't quite grasp the concept, it's the same thing as going into an automotive repair shop and having somebody who has only worked on RC cars. It's like there's a world of difference there. You might be able to fix an RC car 7 days a week and get that thing up and going, but can you get a real car up and going? Nope, ain't gonna happen that way. Television writers, in and of themselves, who handle drama and comedy, cannot always handle and grasp the concept of what's supposed to happen on a show revolving around simulated athletic competition or pro wrestling. Yeah. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Once again, beyondringside@gmail.com. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, LinkedIn, Google+. If you've got a differing opinion or you'd like to echo the sentiment, love to hear from you. Chat room is open, beyondringside.com, and it stays open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you've got a question or a comment, love to hear from you over there. A lot of action happening not only inside the squared circle, but of course inside the octagon. Fox Sports 1 will be hosting UFC Fight Night a little bit later on this evening, Cowboy versus Cowboy. You know, I really have to appreciate the factor of how different worlds have finally genuinely started to incorporate personality that pro wrestling has had forever and a day into some of their characters. And I refer to people as characters. Always have, always will. I don't call them gimmicks, I call them characters. And Maybo, I know you really don't follow mixed martial arts that much unless you have the opportunity to see it in person. But I know that you've seen some of the stories that fly around about different individuals, whether it be in MMA and boxing, who have finally started to master the art of cutting a promo to help build a fight. Do you not find it funny that they're finally catching the bandwagon that we've seen for years?
Well, I mean, they should have finally figured out how to do it. And I don't know what took them so long. You know, it's the only way to get not only yourself over. Although, I mean, let's be honest though. Even though I think MMA's fixed for the most part. Once again, if you don't like it, suck a bag of donuts. But they're actually ranked on point systems and not by popularity and everything. So trying to get yourself over doesn't really care, but it should, they should at least know how to cut a promo. Sorry, I got the Colt Cabana cut my promo song stuck in my head. They should be able to cut a promo enough to go on, do media tours, whether it be, that ancient relic known as newspaper or podcast, radio, either on the internet or earthbound, television, and heck, even do it before, if you're filming it for some DVD or pay-per-view, be able to at least push the match and know, instead of going, yeah, my opponent is a great striker and he has probably trained well. but equally, I have trained well, and I am a great striker, too. Yeah, no, that's not going to work, so. So basically, I mean, at least as far as pushing the event, or at least your match, you know, you don't have to cut the classic Hogan, let me tell you something, brother. You don't have to do that, I mean, but, you know, at least be able to push the match in the event. And that's all I could really tell you.
Well, see, that's the funny part about it, because a lot of people seem to get the concept confused, and that goes crossway all the way across the board, because you've seen it more than anything else in every sport, every industry. The priority list, first and foremost, is to put over the show where the match is going to be taking place. Put over show first, match second, yourself third. And this is coming from the person who has been referred to, who's been told more often than not, I know how to put myself over just as well as I know how to put the show over. Well, by the same token, look, I will put the show over first, because guess what? If you don't get the people inside the venue into the seats, that's going to be irrelevant, because if they're waiting out in the parking lot, that normally means either you owe them money or you slept with their girlfriend. Something, of course, I would never do for either, because I don't like borrowing money. Unless it's from a bank. However, no, but seriously, because the priority for a lot of people gets misconstrued. They feel like they have to put themselves over first and foremost, and it's like not always the case. And I just still find it humorous all the way to this point. And I was shifting topics for a second as we're going 17 before the top of the hour, slated to be joined by my tag team partner over on the Shooters Gallery, Saturday mornings, 11 o'clock a.m., and also the president of the Peach State Wrestling Alliance, and Shane Knowles will be joining us right around 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Got a very nice surprise and reveal that he's going to be passing along to everybody. For those who made it to the Peach State Wrestling Alliance show last night, you got a chance to find out some of what's happening. Shane is actually going to be coming on in about 17 minutes to give us the full reveal for the 16-man bracket for the Peach State Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship Tournament that is going to be on March 5th at the historic VFW Fairgrounds in Carrollton, Georgia. So definitely stick around for that. For our friends in the southeastern U.S., this is going to be a must-see show. Also, before I go any further, want to let everybody know this coming Tuesday night, February the 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio will be going live. Going to have all the updated show information for the first round of the JYD Memorial Tag Team Tournament, which is slated for February 27th in Pell City, Alabama at the Pell City Civic Center. If there was one individual on the current WWE roster that you wish would drop from social media altogether, who would it be? So you'd never have to hear about them again on social media. Who would it be, Mark?
Oh, social media?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've kind of laid off on following really anybody on social media, so I can't really say.
Well,
I mean, I want. If I say who I want to say, people are going to call me an a-hole. But
like this is the first time.
No, but this is really like an a-hole thing. So I'll just keep it to myself.
Ah, go ahead. I dare you.
Okay, I'm sick and tired of seeing Titus O'Neil and all his little goody-goody stuff and all his little positive sayings and all that crap. I'm just sick and tired of saying it. Yes, I know he's suspended, and yes, I'm kicking the man while he's down, but I don't care. I'm tired of seeing all his goody-goody, I did good stuff work. Also, anybody involved with Total Divas.
Anybody involved with Total Divas?
Well, except for Paige. We don't. She gets a pass. She's got the hotness pass.
That's funny.
But, yeah, I mean, I know it sounds bad, and, you know, people are probably going to be not typing in. But I'm going to be honest. I could kill, you know, I'm just tired of seeing all the positive stuff. It sounds so bad when I say it, but I don't care. I'm just tired of seeing all the positive stuff that Titus O'Neil does. It's almost like he's trying too hard. You know? But I don't care. If you don't like it, go ahead.
Suck a bag of donuts?
Or just turn the show off. I don't care. Either way. But yes, that and all. Anybody, with the exception of Paige, anybody on Total Divas. But like I said, I mean, there's just, and it's not really anything against Titus O'Neil himself. It's just constantly just shoving, shoving down the throat of the goody stuff. And it's like, okay, I get it. You're a good guy. Good for you. Same thing with constantly seeing Total Divas stuff, and I'm sure that they're encouraged to tweet more about it or post more about it. So, but no, I mean, to be honest, there's no way that bothers me too much. And like I said, with the Titus thing, like I said, it's not him himself, it's just constantly seeing it,
Right.
Because at first it's like, oh great, awesome. That's tremendous. And then, 2 days later, he does something else. You're like, oh, hey, good on you. And then by the end of the week, you're like, okay, I get it. You help people. Great. So, I thought you were going to say anybody tired of the WWE that would just disappear, period. I was like, oh, do we have time? So, why, is there anybody you particularly have beef with?
No, I was just curious because there's, I don't follow that many from the WWE or TNA on any social media. I mean, there's a couple people that is like, okay, fine, what the hell? And there's some where it's like, yeah, I have no reason. Just because they work for the 2 or 3 big companies doesn't mean I'm going to automatically follow them. And it just seems like no matter what, because I follow WWE on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram, lo and behold, there's always going to be something about the frickin' Miz. And I'm sorry, I've called Miz the cure for insomnia on so many of occasions, and it's just like they'll repost his posts, and it's like, if I wanted to see his post, I would follow him, but I don't care. I am completely ambivalent in this regard.
See, I've never really seen any Miz stuff.
Yeah.
You mentioned Miz, and I start to yawn.
There you go. By the way,
you know who else I can kind of do without seeing?
Who that?
And that's because he comes in he posts or tweets in chunks or whatever. But I can kind of do without Ryback. No, I know I can do without Ryback altogether. I need him to, leave. Just go somewhere. Maybe go to Japan.
Okay. I've got to do this one because I just discovered, even though it's been up for, technically it's like 11 hours old or posted from yesterday. I would like to extend congratulations to Joey Ryan.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
I just saw it a second ago.
Watching the clip when you while you were opening the show.
Yeah, I was actually trying to find a way to pipe the audio into the board, and I don't know exactly where it's going to kick off at, so I don't want to blow too much time through it. I think that it was absolutely tremendous. Apparently, he was in an intergender match with his then girlfriend, Laura James, at Finest City Wrestling in San Diego, California. And lo and behold, during a situation where they're going for a pin and the referee's down on the other side of the ring, or would you like to, you want me to do it or you won't do it?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Well, while Laura James is checking on the referee on the other side of the ring, Joey grabs a ring box and a microphone. You can't really see the ring box, but you can see the microphone.
The announcer drops it off in the corner, in Joey's corner. Right,
I saw that. And Joey, when she turns around, drops to one knee, and she stops dead in her tracks. It's like, what? And then he goes for a full long form. It takes a couple of minutes. Proposing marriage. And, fortunately for him and the rest of the crowd there who were just like pins and needles on this one, she said yes. They hugged, and he turned around, rolled her up, small package, 1, 2, 3. I just thought that was hilarious as hell. That is something that I did not expect from Joey Ryan, but you know something? It is absolutely incredible to see. Mabel, your thoughts?
No, I thought it was really cool. I also thought it was the fact that they, after the proposal, I guess they went to hug. They finished the match, and he hooked her in a small package.
Yeah, that's what I said.
For the pin. So, like I said, I thought it was pretty good. And I kid you not, for the longest, I thought he and Candice LeRae were dating because they were in the world's cutest tag team together. But it turns out that it's her and Johnny Gargano are dating. Or actually, I think they're engaged and possibly married now at this point. So, but yeah, no, I thought it was cool. I thought it was, classy with them both being wrestlers and everything. A little bit of that twist. I mean, I thought it was definitely cool.
And somebody actually posted on the Joey Ryan page for the video the fact that the ref continued to sell the bump. Let's not forget that is like gold. I love it.
And of course, in the middle of the hug, rolled her up with a small package, so that definitely necessitates the hashtag of.
Go ahead.
No, it's your little saying, or you and Wick, and Dog, or whatever.
Don't know.
Never waste a heel turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my bit.
Yeah.
He said it. Wick said it. I'm the one who hashtagged it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I do attribute the proper quote to the proper person. Doesn't always happen. I screw it up once or twice, and when I'm corrected, I apologize for it.
I'm sorry, how many times?
Once or twice. Get over it.
What, how many, a week? A day?
I have no damn idea. I don't keep that strong a track.
A show?
Per show. Blow me.
You cannot say that, sir.
I did not say anything obscene.
You asked me to engage air inside of you.
Just received a press release a little while ago, courtesy of the Fire Department of New York.
What?
The Fire Department of New York Bravest Boxers will be taking on the Irish National Police Service Boxing Club Saturday, March 26th at Webster Hall in New York. 7:30 p.m. is going to be the start time. The night will feature 8 3-round bouts featuring New York firefighters versus Irish National Police Service members. They will fight to raise funds for wounded veterans. Proceeds from this event and proceeds from the FDNY Bravest Boxing Team will go to the nonprofit Building Homes for Heroes. More than 93% of the proceeds raised by Building Home for Heroes go directly toward building mortgage-free, handicapped-accessible homes for returning and wounded veterans. The FDNY boxing team competes in several amateur boxing matches each year against other fire and police departments. In the past several years, the New York Firefighters Bravest Boxing Team has donated over $100,000 to military-related charities. Tickets for this event are going to be available at ticketweb.com, at websterhall.com, and there is a phone number you can call. I'll give that out a little bit later. But once again, that is going to be Saturday, March 26th, Webster Hall, New York City. The FDNY Bravest Boxers, New York Firefighters Bravest Boxers team take on the Irish National Police Boxing Club. That is going to be a good night when you've got some great members of first responders stepping up and accepting a gauntlet and doing something that people are going to be able to enjoy, because everybody loves it. Look, when's the last time you saw something like this happen in your neck of the woods, kids? I haven't seen it in Birmingham or our surrounding areas, period. And I think that it's tremendous that some of our first responders put everything in place like this and host a charity event of that nature. So once again, it's going to be for a great cause. I don't care if it's a regional thing, if it's a localized thing. The fact that it's being done in my book is absolutely tremendous. Mabo, I mean, do you ever hear, how often do you hear about not just first responders, but genuine charity events that go to benefit, in this particular case, people who genuinely need it?
I don't really know, Eddie. I don't follow boxing, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, it's not just boxing. I mean, there's times, okay, National Pro Wrestling Day was a perfect example, and I thought you'd jump on that one for the fact that they would act, that for the companies that were involved, it was also to help build awareness and a fundraiser for the Polaris Foundation.
Well, that's a reshow of boxing.
Okay, I should have been a little bit more clear, and that's my fault. I apologize.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of places that say they do. I don't want to get into that because that's kind of a touchy subject for me from certain places. As far as you've got ones that do great charity work, and then you've got some that say they do great charity work, but then they're pocketing the money, and we don't have that time we don't have that kind of time for me to get up on that soapbox, because it'll just turn into a rant with foul language, and we got Shane Knowles coming on in a minute, so. But for the folks up for the first responders that are doing that, that's great. That's phenomenal. That's AJ Styles. No, that really is something. That's amazing, and I'm glad that they're doing that.
It really
is. That's one of the things that people, that gets overlooked a lot is the returning vets. And once again, don't feel like getting on a soapbox. This is not beyond politics. So, but because then that'll lead to people who do stolen valor, and then all these people who I see every day on the side of the road saying they're homeless vets or whatever, and yet just I don't have time. So, but before you can go ahead and finish whatever you're saying about that.
Well, I have reached out to, and look, when we have a situation like this come up, and when I saw this press release a little while ago, I immediately attempted to reach out to the individual or people who run the Facebook page for Bravest Boxers. And hopefully when situations come around, as the show date gets closer, I've asked them to keep us in the loop for upcoming information. Also from that vantage point, love to have somebody from the company come on and do a little bit more discussion about the upcoming event. Love to hear about it a little bit more in detail, and I definitely open the doors in that regard. If you have an event coming up, wrestling, boxing, mixed martial arts, roller derby, doesn't matter, a sporting event that is actually that is a charity-based event, get in touch with us. Get in touch with Mabel on Facebook. You can find him at Mark Bowman. You can find me on Facebook, Fast Eddie Lane.
Hold on. Let's just stick beyond Ringside and Fast Eddie Lane.
Wait, because you have people on yours that are in pro wrestling who might actually be listening, can get directly in touch with you faster than me.
No, nobody wants to deal with me anymore.
Okay.
Nobody wants to deal with me, Bo, because I am a pariah.
Why are you a pariah?
Why am I not a pariah? Somebody's got to be the role.
Oh, okay. That works. But
go support these dudes, and if you've got a charitable event and it's legit charity, then get in contact with us. Now, if you're just sorry, I just saw a guinea pig fly across the room. If you, I'm sorry, I looked up and I saw one of my guinea pigs just leap across the cage. But if you're just trying to raise money for your own selfish reasons, because I don't know, you want to get a PlayStation 4, just don't. Because I will find you and I will embarrass you, and I will make sure everyone knows who you are. And then I will turn over all your information to the Wicked Nemesis.
Oh, God.
And then I will walk away.
And then you'll just walk away.
And then I'll just walk away because my job will have been done.
Well, before we go to the top of the hour break, and before we get Shane on the line, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip the script in your direction. Anything else you'd like? Why not?
Don't?
Because I know there's always something you want to bring up.
Well, yeah, but we'll bring it up afterwards.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I will give you a little sneaky preview.
Some bitch.
Little sneaky preview, kids. Over the weekend in Japan, Machine Gun Carl Anderson wrestled his final match for New Japan, and it said that he is headed to NXT. Of course, no word yet on Doc Gallows, but we pretty much know he's headed there too. But they wrestled their final matches, over the weekend. I know they did an 8-man. I want to say they did an 8-man with Fale and Tonga because there's a big hug at the end. It's almost like the curtain call.
Great.
And then so we'll touch on that more and what it might hold for the upcoming NXT run that they're supposed to have, along with maybe the Balor Club, and then maybe get your opinion on some possible rumors of 2 NXT title holders in a relationship. That and much more when we come back after the Shane Knowles interview, which is next after we come back for the first time right here on Beyond Ringside.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time, Beyond Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard, and if you want to listen to the best in professional wrestling, get locked in to Beyond Ringside.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent.
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 I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Universal Soldier Phil Shatter, also TNA Gunner. 2 years in the making as NWA National Heavyweight Champion, making my way to the top as #1 in the world. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Do you like beer? Do you like business? Do you like businesses that make beer? Then you'll love this new show. It's the Beer Trail Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Price, and we're going to travel through the world of craft beer and talk to the breweries and see how they got started and what inspired them to make their beer. So check it out at thebeertrailpodcast.com and tell your friends, and hope to see you on the trail.
This is Bambi Weeble with Masters of Ring Entertainment, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Set and ready to roll. 8 minutes after the top of the hour, this Sunday night edition Beyond Ringside Live continues on this 21st day of February. Live from multiple location station, Fast Eddie Lane, live in Studio 1. Coming back over with Mark Mabo Bowman. What's up, brother?
Penis.
What did you say? You've lost your flipping mind again. Well, actually, you did that many, many moons ago when... Trying to figure who got the most of it in the divorce, but whether it was either Chase or Andy Hudson who got the most of your brain.
What the hell are you talking about? Whoa, that's pretty cool.
There you go.
Oh, we get a little bit of an echo here, Eddie.
Fox Television has enlisted John Cena to host a television show called American Grit. It's an upcoming military-inspired reality competition show. The 10-episode series, which will be debuting very soon, will put 16 of America's toughest civilians to the test as they work together to face a variety of military-grade challenges and survival-themed obstacles. By the way,
who will not be on that show?
You.
Exactly.
And you won't be watching it either, right?
Probably not. Unless Nikki's on there doing jumping jacks.
Unless who?
Unless Nikki Bella's on there doing jumping jacks.
I can think of better people to be doing jumping jacks.
Well, maybe for you.
Cena will be leading an elite group of mentors from the nation's most exclusive military units, including Navy SEAL Commander Rourke Denver, Army Sergeant Noah Galloway, Marine Gunnery Sergeant Tawanda T. Hannibal, and Army Ranger Nick the Reaper Irving, with up to $1 million of prize money. This is the ultimate test of strength, grit, the human spirit, and most importantly, teamwork. American Grit is going to be produced by Lethiel Pictures and executive produced by Brent Montgomery, David George, Adam Scher, Will Nothaker, and John Kroll. Cena also serves as executive producer for the show. You know, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, you have to sit back and respect some of the things that he does. Because he gets it. He gets the concept of entertainment. He gets the concept of what WWE can and can't do. He understands the concept of giving back. He understands the concept of reaching out. He also understands the concept of building toward his own damn future. Say what? What did you just whisper? He's lost his... What are you, in conversation with Schmidtke again or something?
No.
What did you do, Mabo?
Nothing. Carry on.
Okay. So, I will sit back and say, even though I will probably forget about it 5 minutes after we discuss it, I do want to wish everybody who is a part of the show the highest level of success. I hope Cena works out very well as the host, which I have a feeling that he will, because he's got the standstill personality to be able to pull off something like that. Mabo, you were making a reference to Machine Gun Carl Anderson before we went to break. Go ahead.
Yes, apparently not apparently, I guess it did. Over the weekend over in Japan, I guess Guns and Gallows they've done their last match. So I guess they're officially headed to NXT. Because I mean, if you can follow Tama Tonga or Bad Luck Fale on Facebook and or Instagrams, you'll see a lot of pictures, and yes, they will make you tear up a little bit. But they're paying respects and hugging, and at one point, and there's because they were called the Core Four of the Bullet Club, because with the exception of Finn, those were those four were left before the Bucks and AJ and Kenny Omega and all that came in.
Chase Owens.
But you can see them, they're paying respects. Fale and one of the pictures, Fale and Tama Tonga are bowing to Guns and Gallows, I guess, as they were kind of called. But yeah, the picture that kind of got me though was you see Doc Gallows and Machine Gun in the middle of a Japanese ring, on their knees, literally bowing to the Japanese crowd, and that's what I kind of respect about those guys is that one I missed the podcast that they were doing on the MLW network, Talking Shop.
Right.
That was always good for that was not just good for a laugh. That was great for a laugh. If you like immature humor and people yelling over each other.
Oh, kind of like us half the time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, but it's the fact that they sat there and they paid their respects to the Japanese crowd, because they know that Japanese crowd was what helped keep them going. So, and they're it's no from what was reported on Twitter from a guy who was there or on the inside or something, I don't know, that Machine Gun said that he was headed to NXT. So if he's had, and then the reporter was all like, "Well, there's still no word on Doc," but I mean, come on, Gallows will be there. But it said NXT, did not say WWE main roster. So, you got Finn has been pretty much since the announcement was made, first of the year. Finn has been teasing Bullet Club, Balor Club. Could we finally see it? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What's going to happen at NXT in the upcoming weeks? Guess what?
You're awesomeness.
You're going to have to tune in and find out. And this is something that I genuinely appreciate because not everybody is rushing to put out NXT spoilers or Lucha Underground spoilers, whereas just everybody wants to be the first one to just blab their frickin' gums and start typing like a mad idiot when it comes to TNA and WWE spoilers. It's like, hey, here's what happened on SmackDown. Here's what happened on Impact for the next 7 weeks. It's like, I don't
No. Well, Eddie, I hate to correct you there, buddy, but people are very prompt at putting NXT spoilers out. So
I choose not to see them.
But yeah, I mean,
I would
can't
much
really say that people don't rush to do that, but they do.
I would much rather in 1 week rush to find out about the final result of Thunder Frog versus the Proletariat Bora Moldova.
Well, that only happens once. They don't film that, so.
Well, it'll come up on Chikaratopia, won't it?
For about 6 months. I mean, they got other stuff they got to get past. But,
Oh, shoot. Yay, phone line's ringing.
Is it Shanae?
Yes, it is Shanae. Better late than never. Glad to have him on board. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming my tag team partner from the Shooters Gallery on Saturday morning and also the president of the Peach State Wrestling Alliance, Shane Knowles. What's up, brother?
Oh, doing well, man. My apologies for coming in looks like about 14 minutes past what was originally scheduled, so my apologies.
Do you have your hall pass?
Can I acquire one for a nominal fee?
Yes, you can. I know just the person. Mabo, sell him a hall pass.
Oh, it's going to cost you.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I'd get the same deal I'd get with Fast Eddie here. Not with Mabo.
With me, it'd cost wings. With him, it at least cost nachos.
Oh, no, it'll cost wings and nachos if wings are going to be offered. Come on, now.
Speaking of, no plans for March 5th. After the show, Buffaloes, B-dubs, wing bet.
Sounds good to me.
You'd think I'd forget food? Please. Who do you think I am? First off, congratulations. Also, one half of the brand new PWA Tag Team Champions.
Oh, thank you very much. Nigel Sheridan and myself, very fortunate, alongside with the Wicked Nemesis, to capture the belt. Last night in the opening match for Peach State, a solid house again for Peach State Wrestling Alliance. $224 paid in the house, and to kick things off, I mean, the besties, I guess I'll just, for those that don't know, during the match, they had the advantage. Hashtag Trending Now comes down to ringside, picks up the tag team titles, and just starts to pose with them, taking selfies, saying they sure would look good on us. Now, Michael Stevens, Zach Edwards, they were not so distracted they didn't focus on the task at hand, still keeping the advantage. But it allowed me to get, it allowed me to get a little bit of a breather, because they weren't just staying only continuously. Stevens goes for an Irish whip into the corner. He comes charging. I catch him with an uppercut, pop up to the second turnbuckle with a sunset flip. Title changes hands. Now, later on, as Hashtag Trending Now, just about seemingly like they were about to go and get the victory over the get-along gang of T-Dog and Marco, man, you saw a different side of the beautiful bald besties. I mean, came in and started annihilating Hashtag Trending Now. The match was thrown out, but that's not really even the story. They took Ace Haven and Eddie, if you know where I'm talking about, in the fairgrounds, right there, the restroom facilities for the public, that big tin wall, threw Ace into it back first. It left like a chalk outline of Ace Haven's body. And if that wasn't enough, picked him up in a double team maneuver and threw him head first into that same wall like a lawn dart. Then with Charles Zanders, the roll-up door where the ring is brought in, they put Zanders' leg on the concrete, rolled the door all the way up, and rammed that roll-up door all the way down on his leg. So looks like some serious injuries for Ace and Charles going forward. I mean, it was a devastating beatdown by the former tag team champion.
Wow, is this going to keep them out of action, or are they still have we received any kind of preliminary medical reports yet?
Not yet. I do know that Nigel and I have said we will defend the tag team titles March the 5th against the Besties, and then once we beat them, hashtag trending now, if they are available, you know, if they're physically able to go, they're in line for the title shot. But I do know they will not be there March the 5th because both men, this took about probably a good 4 to 5 minutes to get both of them back to the locker room. Xander screaming in pain from the knee down. I can only imagine with that door being rammed down on you. But Ace Haven looked so much worse for wear. I mean, you can still see his outline as we left the venue last night in that wall.
When you said chalk outline against a wall, first thing popped in my head was Iron Man 3, with what happened with the the Extremis experiment going bad. It's like, boom. When is a ouch. I can only imagine the pain they're going through right now. So definitely, Ace, Zanders, my best to you. Amy, keep an eye on them and keep them straight. And especially if Ace starts to get out of line and rush himself, just smack him on the head with a cast iron skillet, put him back in bed. But congratulations once again on the tag team title victory. See, here's the weird thing about it, Shane, and I'm just going to shoot straight for a minute there. I could have sworn going into this it was a non-title match.
It was, and once we got in the ring, you know, Wicked started saying, you know, there was another tag team in the tag team tournament January 16th that did not get pinned. Their match was also thrown out, but unlike Tommy Too Much and Simon Sermon, we did not insert our nose into the main event and stick our nose where it didn't belong, and we just asked for a title shot because we weren't beaten. The Besties decided that wasn't going to be the case, so Nigel and I took matters into our own hands, and Nigel quoting the great Sid Haig when he said, if I wanted to hear an asshole talk, I'd fart. And finally agitated him enough to put the belts on the line, like, if you don't take us seriously, that's fine, so why wouldn't you put the belts up if it's all but a foregone conclusion that you're going to win anyhow?
Lord, have mercy.
I could say that on Sunday evenings, right?
We're okay on that one still. It's kind of the same rules apply on Sunday as they do on Saturday. The only
okay, good. I didn't want to censor it.
Well, I thought that was Mabo whispering something for a second there. Marcus, you're a little bit quiet over there, buddy. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But so it was him whispering something. Okay. But meanwhile, back at the ranch. So I do want to find out though. No Limits title. Kevin Blue last night. How'd everything go? I mean, his match. Have not found out yet.
I can't say you can call me Nostradamus, as I very much predicted yesterday on the Shooters Gallery. I thought that match could be a show stealer. After we won the tag team titles in the opening contest, man, Kevin Blue and Drew Adler went out there and showed what the No Limits division is all about. Left nothing to chance. Probably a good 18-minute back-and-forth encounter. Kevin Blue retained the title, but it would not surprise me at all to see them beat for that belt again. Drew Adler has just come so far in such a short amount of time.
I can believe it. That was one match that I really wanted to see, and in particular because knowing those two, I knew that it was going to be a don't blink match in that particular regard. I'm just going to go ahead.
I can tell you, yeah, it had the entire locker room buzzing watching the monitor on that match.
I can believe it. But I would like to ask, and I know we're at 23 after the hour, but we're going to go ahead and pipe straight on through. Now, last night, you said that the special designee from the Georgia Wrestling Commission, Bill Behrens, was going to be in attendance last night, and he was going to have an announcement for everybody revolving around the Heritage title.
He did. The entrance for the PWA Heritage title tournament, which kicks off March the 5th. I do have the full list here. Thank you, Bill. But he also, when I had floated out there that he had made rumors that there would be a special stipulation, I don't think anybody was prepared for what he came with. He said, you know, the whole reason for this tournament was Jimmy Rave was a champion. There was the double pin with he and Sal Renaro December 26th. The title was taken by Sal, then held up when in the rematch there was no decisive finish. So he basically offered he said he knew the crowd wanted Jimmy Rave. They wanted that. And he said, I think Rave has been done unfairly. Of course, also with Sal Renaro. So the match between Simon Sermon and Jimmy Rave, Sal came out and made himself into a three-way on this deal. Bill's hands were tied. He said, and this was such an interesting concept to me. He said, I'm going to give someone basically a shoots and ladders or get out of jail free card opportunity based on this match tonight. And how he explained it is with Rave and Renaro seemingly, deserving, I suppose, a chance. And of course, Simon in this match now. The winner of that three-way match would basically, what he said was, we would not have what happened in the PWA Tag Team Title Tournament, where our match was Nigel and myself against Tommy Too Much and Simon was thrown out, or when you had the besties and hashtag trending now go to a 15-minute draw and you were kind of wondering with the brackets, he said how this would work. The winner of that triple threat match, in the event that there is any double count-out, double disqualification, or anything where a match gets thrown out where both competitors are out, instead of the person they were supposed to face receiving a draw, the winner of that match is inserted into the tournament. However, if there is no double count-out, no double disqualification, or no matches thrown out throughout all three rounds, then that person that wins the triple threat last night would just automatically be in the finals. I thought that was a interesting concept. It may sound a little convoluted, but the people really clicked to it because I think everyone kind of saw, like, okay, Jimmy Rave's going to win this thing, and he's not going to have to fight until the finals, which they thought was fair. And, of course, Simon Sermon winds up sealing the victory last night, so now Simon is in the catbird seat. If there's no count-out or double disqualification or a match thrown out in the opening round, the quarterfinals, or the semis, he only has to wrestle one time, and that would be in May. But saying in the first round, I'm throwing this out here with a couple of names that are in. If Kevin Blue and Drew Adler went to a double count-out and the winner was supposed to face Tommy Too Much in the next round, Simon Sermon would be inserted into that side of the bracket. So that's thrown a little wrench. There's actually 17 competitors unofficially in a 16-man Heritage title tournament. But I could see Bill's point of we're not going to have that where matches get thrown out, teams are gone, the participants are out, or there's a time limit draw. You know what I mean? So I think it adds a wild card, so to speak.
It really does. Nice twist. My hat's off in that particular regard. That's one I didn't see coming. Scary thought when I actually say that with no hesitation whatsoever.
I was going to say no one did. I mean, that's a shoot. That's a Bill Barron's. He's such a brilliant mind. That was an idea because he was just basing it off that tag team title tournament. He felt things had kind of fallen apart with a time limit draw with both teams. And he had to make it a three-way on the fly. And he said, this assures us at any point in time, and if Simon, if it happens in the first round, he'll have to work three times to get to the finals. But if not, he will be in the final match.
Now, the question is, you said there are going to be basically 17 competitors in this situation as it stands right now, correct?
Yes, it was supposed to be a 16-man field. Now with the winner of the triple threat match last night, Simon Sermon, to me, becomes a floating, basically like he said, a shoots and ladders or a get out of jail free. He's a 17th entrant.
Okay. And go ahead, if you've got them in front of you, go ahead and let's lay out the people who will be involved in the tournament.
Absolutely. The PWA Heritage Title Tournament, the first one in this company's history in almost 7.5 years now. 16 men were selected in no particular order. Of course, I've already name-dropped the savior of pro wrestling, Jimmy Rave, number one. And this isn't ranking or brackets. This is just how I have them written to me from Bill Barron's. Number two, Sal Renaro. Number three, the already aforementioned Simon Sermon is like a wild card entrant. Number four, a former Heritage champion, the reflection of perfection, Tyson Dean. Number five, the real deal, AJ Steele. Number six, Tommy Too Much. Number seven, a member of the Get Along Gang, CB Suave. Number eight, a member of Why We Wrestle, formerly known as Anarchy, NWA Anarchy Wrestling, Gil Quest. And I find that interesting. Gil has never wrestled at Peach State before, and what an opportunity for him. He is in the Heritage Title Tournament. Number 9, P-Dog Mike Posey. Number 10, Fry Daddy. Number 11, Drew Adler. Number 12, the No Limits champion, Kevin Blue. Number 16, also a member of former Anarchy, now Why We Wrestle, Chris Spectra. Number 13, Kyle Matthews. Number 15, the French sensation, Romeo. And I saved the Whoa Daddy 2 for last. Number 16, Bill the Butcher. And number 17, the big effing deal, Cheater.
I've been typing as we go. That way I make notes. Nice field.
I think interesting field. That, like I said, the last two, just my initial thoughts, and I'll get yours. You see Jeter and Bill the Butcher, two true monsters in this tournament. Gentlemen that have been a part of Peach State's past. Jeter, a former Heritage champion in his own right. You see Romeo, who has been on the shelf for a good while with a wrist injury.
Right.
Kyle Matthews, always a threat in any match he's in. And then you've got some former Heritage champions in there in the form of Tyson Dean, Tommy Too Much, Simon Sermon, Jimmy Ray. And you've got some newcomers in Gilquist, Chris Spectra, the reigning No Limits champion, Kevin Blue. And I mean, I'm just rehashing the entire field here, but it seems kind of diverse throughout the whole set.
Very. Actually quite diverse, and I agree 100% with that. Now, I do have to ask the question. With taking into consideration the fact that you just picked up the tag team titles last night, knowing the fact that Nigel had thrown his hat into the ring before as far as challenging for the Heritage title, is there what's been the feedback from him about the option of him not being in the tournament?
Actually, we were so excited last night taking home the PWA Tag Team titles. We know that we will be defending those belts March 5th against the beautiful Bald Besties. And kudos to Bill Barron, because starting with the tournament, as you know, anything in basketball, softball, I'll just use the term March Madness for basketball with a bracket.
Right.
16 wrestlers. There will be 8 first-round matches. On March the 5th, the top half of the bracket, the Midwest region, just for giggles, if you will have 4 opening round matches among 8 wrestlers. Then on March the 19th, the other side of the bracket, 4 matches with 8 different wrestlers. And then the ones that were victorious on March the 5th will come back April the 2nd. The ones that were victorious March the 21st come back April, I believe, the 16th. And then the semifinals would be May the 5th, I believe, with the finals being May the 16th. Now, again, I'm a little off on my dates there, but whatever the first and third Saturdays of each month in March and April. So for the fans, I think it keeps it fresh, because one night you're going to come in, you're going to see 4 matches of 8 wrestlers. The next event, the same thing. Then the winners of the first Saturday in March will be the first Saturday in in April. And the winners of the third Saturday, the other bracket. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Third dynamic there. But with Bill, he said there will be a match associated with each event that does not take place with the Heritage title tournament. And the first up is Nigel and myself defending the tag belts against Michael Stevens and Zach Edwards, the beautiful Bald Besties, in a rematch March 5th. I don't know what Bill's got in mind going forward as far as matches that do not have to do with the Heritage title tournament. There will be one represented each night, so to keep things fresh.
So as it stands right now, coming into Saturday, March 5th, you're going to have 4 matches out of the brackets are going to be announced soon. But as far as it goes, you're going to have 8 of the participants in 4 matches. March 19th, the balance of the field will be in competition, with the exception of Simon Sermon, who is a wild card entrant at this point. April 2nd, your March 5th winners will come back and compete in round number 2. April 16th, your March 19 winners, and then you'll work out the semis and the finals from there.
Correct. And, I'm excited for that, and I think, like I said, for the fans' point of view, it keeps it fresh. Now, the brackets will be released this week exclusively to www.peachstatewrestlingalliance.com. You will not find it on our Facebook page or on Twitter or on Instagram. Website exclusive. Bill was working on those, but I can drop a couple of matches to you that I know in advance that will be on March the 5th. If you'd like those now.
Yeah, go for it.
Should I say, when I just sit here and say it's going to be website only?
Tell you what, for as much as I would love to have the scoop and the exclusive for the BR family, I'm going to go ahead and sit back and say, let's go ahead and keep the integrity of the situation and go ahead and make it a PeachStateWrestlingAlliance.com exclusive.
Sounds good to me. And so yes, the brackets will be drawn up, and I think from a fan's point of view, or anyone can look and say, okay, I see these guys are going to be in the top half of the bracket, these guys in the bottom half, so you can kind of follow matchups that you might not normally see, I think, with people that are not involved in title programs or feuds or angles, and you can kind of say, okay, if this guy beats this guy, he'll face the winner of this. I think for the fans' point of view, you're going to get it out there in advance and really get a chance to kind of try to play your own March Madness bracketology.
Looking forward to it. And it all kicks off Saturday, March 5th. I'm looking forward to being back with the family. I think we're going to try to drag Mabo over there and have him go do wings after the show.
Awesome sauce.
Mabo, you with us?
Huh?
You in for the wings?
I'm in for the wings. I mean, I have to... Eddie, you know I'm a jet setter these days and a fashionista, and I could be flying from Milan to New York. I don't know.
Well, I know you're going to be busy on the 27th because you're going to be jetting back from Atlanta, Georgia, up to the Bronx, New York for Dead Man's Chest from Chikara.
Sure.
There you go. Figured I'd throw that curveball at you.
Can I want to pose this to Eddie and to Mabo both, just with the entrance that I've given you. Now, again, we don't know the full matchup. We don't know what particular side someone may be on a bracket as far as when they may face someone if they are victorious. But just looking at that field, could you give me a favorite or two favorites if you had to say I'm going to pick a finalist without knowing the brackets or what side someone's on? Per se, if you were to pick Jeter and P-Dog, but they were in the same side of the bracket, you know that would not be a final. So without knowing that going ahead, but all things considered, who would you take as a favorite or who they would face in a final?
Ooh. Mabo, I'll defer to you on that.
You go ahead and go first, Eddie. You go ahead and go first. You're not going to do this to me. Nope. Nope.
Okay. If I have to pick a number one seed right now, I'm going to say Jimmy Rave. If I pick a number two seed and if they go opposite each other on the brackets, at this point in time, I'm going to throw a curveball to everybody. My legitimate number two seed going into this would be AJ Steele. I would go ahead and say that my number three seed at this point, based on what I know of who I know, I'm not that familiar with Gilquest. I'm not that familiar with Chris Spectra. I will have to do some homework. I'm honest about it. I don't try to bluff my way through stuff, believe it or not. If I pick a number three seed right now, the reflection of perfection, Tyson Dean. My number four seed would probably be Kyle Matthews.
And I wanted to stop you here, Eddie, and just ask as you're going, because I know as a fellow sports fan, when you do a March Madness, not only matchup, but you're looking at what is a wrestler or a team, if I were talking a team sport, that you thought would have the capability to win three matches and advance to a final? I think that's probably how you're looking at this. I
really am. I'm looking at I'm looking at the overall field, and I'm looking at how an individual would function in different. But once again, because I don't know Gil and Chris that well, I have to go off speculation and hyperbole on this one more so than actual knowledge. Whereas if I look at Jimmy Ray versus Sal Renaro, I've watched them in the ring together. If I go with the concept of Simon Sermon and Mike Posey, that would, first off, that'd be a main event anywhere. Legit.
And that's what I'm so excited about this tournament when you said that. I mean, to get the opportunity to see guys that don't normally wrestle each other, perhaps. And when you take a step back, like you said, if it was a Simon Sermon D-Dog, that may be a second round, third round, semifinal, whatnot. That's a match that could headline any regular show, but it's going to be part of a tournament.
But see, also the thing that I have to sit back and be completely and totally honest about, it's because I don't know that much about Gilquest or Chris Spectra, the fact that I don't know how far they could legitimately make it in a tournament environment based on the wild cards in play. I need to go back and do homework, because for me to do that, it's like, okay, coin toss, which one would I pick first? I don't know. Whereas, once again, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'll give you my top two or three seeds as we go along, but I've got to look at this. who in the world could beat the big effing deal Jeter in that field? I mean, this man is a monster, and he's also got conditioning on his side. He wrestled a 60-minute match with the Revelation Shane Marks last year. So, I mean, if I were looking at it, Jeter, I don't know if I'd make him my 1 seed. How could you rank him, like so low, I think. But could I give you a couple of sleepers, in my opinion?
Yeah.
A CB Suave.
Yep.
A CB Suave, perhaps a Drew Adler.
Yep.
And I'm going to say a Kyle Matthews or a Romeo.
I'll put it this way. I think Jeter and AJ Steele would be one hell of a match. Two absolute destroyers going head up. And be very remiss if I didn't say, let's go ahead and throw the one out there. Jeter and Kyle Matthews. That's another one because you've got a classic matchup in play. But I know that, do me a favor. Once again, March 5th, Carrollton, we're back at the fairgrounds, right?
We are, yes, sir.
How much are the tickets?
$10.
And folks, remember, keep your eyes open. PeachStateWrestlingAlliance.com. Going to have all the info. And plus, this coming Saturday, over on the Shooters Gallery, going to take a little bit more of a look on the brackets for March 5th. I have to do this.
For those, I was going to say, the brackets will be released, I do believe, Thursday. As we get closer to time, if that'll be in the afternoon or the evening, I'll have more about that. But I think Thursday is the day when the entire field with brackets will be released on the website.
And I know that Bill will be more than happy to send them to me next Saturday. So after the radio show, he's like, "Oh, was I supposed to do that? Oh, sorry. Okay." I can't do a Bill Barron's impression right now because I just really don't feel like doing an impression of anybody right now. Kmart sucks. Tell you what, let's shift gears real quick. We're going 19 minutes before the top of the hour. Shane, can you stick around and go in predictions round with us?
Sure, absolutely.
Coolness. WWE Fastlane. Thank you, Mabo. I appreciate that. I really do. That is one of the most beautiful titles for a pay-per-view since Slumber Slam. And I'm the one who started that one. Mabo leads off the show by calling it Fartlane. Yes, I loved it. Let's go and take a look at it. Coming up in just a little while, and I'm sure the pre-show. Which one is supposed to be the pre-show match, Mabo? Do you remember?
Well, it looks like Alberto Del Rio's beating the crap out of Kalisto, so...
2 out of 3 falls match. Okay, well, taking that... I'll go ahead and turn to you. Predictions and thoughts. If you weren't watching it right now, what would you say? Because I'm not watching right now, so I know what I'd say.
I'm not even really watching it, so it's on. Doesn't mean I'm watching it. I think Kalisto might hold on to it for a little bit longer.
Shane?
Yeah. I want to say Alberto Del Rio. My brain says Kalisto. I think they've swapped that belt back and forth a good bit. I think it's time for stability.
I would be willing to agree. I would love to keep the belt on Kalisto for a little while because, in my humble opinion, Alberto Del Rio does not help the United States Championship, and the United States Championship does not help him. I'm sorry. Del Rio, to me, is a cardboard cutout. He is a one-trick pony, and at least Kalisto has some personality and a lot more moves. He's a much more physically gifted competitor inside the squared circle. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Mark Mabo Bowman, who and why?
Styles, and because Black Lives Matter.
I thought guinea pig lives matter.
Oh, they do lie.
You turned on your guinea pigs. You sold them out.
No. Trust me, I would take I would put my guinea pig's lives over anybody else's life, including my own family.
We know.
Because when the guinea pigs poop on your floor, it's cute. When your family comes and poops on your floor, it's just
sick. Weird. It's just weird. No, that's not even weird, dude. That's just warped. Shane Knowles, AJ, and Chris.
I'm going to call it a draw, with the hopes that a fourth and final, if it were a rubber match, would take place.
Stay out of my playbook.
At WrestleMania.
Stay out of my playbook. But I was not going to say draw. I was actually going to say double count out. Because you're right. Because to get a good payoff on this match, I would definitely make it a to me, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho is a WrestleMania match, not a freaking Fastlane match. I think that these two guys, give them 15 minutes and let them run and let them go outside and play for a little while. Go ahead and take the count out and say, fine, we'll settle this at WrestleMania. And if you want to settle, I mean, I'm sure they'll come up with a cute stipulation for it, and not just sit back and say, we'll settle this score at Mania. I think this match would be look, it's already an indie darling match. And I hate that term. It's already a fans blow-up match. And I look at it like this. I've marked out for the series. I have no problem admitting I'm a fan of this series. Chris Jericho is one of the best of all time. I don't care. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer in my book, and hopefully in anybody's book. AJ Styles has been tried and true no matter where it is. If it's the crap they gave him in TNA with the appearances in Ring of Honor where he had a chance to shine, just like in New Japan and everywhere else he's been. AJ Styles is a great in-ring competitor and performer. I'm really looking forward to seeing if they do continue this at Mania and just absolutely let it blow up from there. 6-man tag, also called the Fish Sticks match of the night. Ryback, Big Show, and Kane versus the Wyatt family. Shane, who and why?
I'm going to say, going forward with momentum for WrestleMania, the Wyatts need to go over, and very strong, might I add.
Mark Bowman.
The Wyatts, because they've got to find some way to make Braun Strowman look good to win the Andre the Giant Schneebitz-Fernum.
The Andre the Giant Schneebitz-Fernum.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. See, here's the weird thing for me. You know the Wyatt family's going over. You could put 3 NFL All-Pro linebackers on the other side of the ring, and I'd still say the Wyatt family would go over. There's no chance in hell that Ryback, Big Show, and Kane pick up a victory tonight. Not even.
There's no way they should. Let me put it that way.
Okay, logistically speaking, if it's Big Show versus Braun Strowman, Big Show should still win.
Yes.
In individual matches, I can see Ryback going over, Big Show going over, Kane going over. The Wyatt family as an entity in my book is still way too strong, and Ryback, Show, and Kane have never teamed up as a 6-man before. Therefore, the chemistry factor should lean in the direction of the Wyatt families, and the linear logical choice is the Wyatts go over. Yeah. Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Tamina. Reluctant bedfellows. Kind of, sort of. Strange bedfellows. Kodak Moment bedfellows. Hello. Yes, I just took it weird. Thanks for playing. Mabo, who and why?
Sasha and Becky, because they're hot.
Why did I not see that coming? So to speak, don't say it, don't follow that up, no way, no how, leave it alone. Shane Knowles, who and why?
Sasha and Becky, because I think WWE knows, I can't help but say with every result that I'm predicting tonight that I'm thinking towards WrestleMania, but that the E itself has told us this is the road to WrestleMania, so how could we not have one eye towards the next pay-per-view special, the granddaddy of them all, if you will. I think they know that, they're trying to move 100,000 seats. And I think right now, getting Sasha Banks into a Divas match with Charlotte at Mania is their best hope. As far as with the Divas, I'm saying.
Yeah, very true.
That particular match.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. By the same token, they can also use this as a jump-off point for a triangle feud between Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte to take that to a different degree and have a triple threat match at Mania for the Divas title. I'm sorry, to me...
Or why not just do a fatal 4-way and throw Paige in there?
No. And because I don't want to. And it's my match. It's my lie. I'm making it up as I go along. To me, I'm sorry, as far as in-ring ability or in-ring presence goes, Tamina is almost borderline irrelevant. I'm sorry. She had all the promise in the world, and I still think she has a lot of promise. Naomi has been back and forth more often than people sing a Juvenile Back That Ass Up song, which of course is her damn finisher. And should have been their last.
Hopefully not to be saying it B-dubs.
No kidding. No, that's Get Low by Little John of the East Side Boys. That one will get my nuts roasted, and it did too. Thanks for playing. But as far as it goes, Naomi has progressed and regressed to the point where it's like, oh my God, she's on a slingshot. Either that or on a seesaw teeter-totter. But there's no reason in the world why I can see Naomi and Tamina going over in this match. Becky Lynch and Sasha have the clear path through. Intercontinental Championship, which should be yet another 5-star match in the series between these two. Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Shane Knowles, who and why?
If they are given over 15 minutes, I'm like you, I could see this being a really, really, really good match. I mean, I want to say Ziggler, but I think Owens, again, I'm looking to WrestleMania, Owens going in as the champion makes all the sense in the world.
Mark Bowman.
That's like asking me to pick between my favorite guinea pigs.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, as much as I would like to see Ziggler hold a title, I think for it to immediately come off Ambrose and go straight on to Kevin Owens, and without any kind of reasoning, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think Owens is still going to hold on to it, and who knows, maybe since Money in the Bank is no longer a WrestleMania tradition, maybe we will have the Intercontinental, ladder match tradition like we did last year, and, it'll be up for grabs at Mania in that way, but I think it's going to be a great match. This is going to be one of those where, just nobody call, nobody text me, just shut up because I'm watching this. Because I appreciate what both guys do, but I definitely think Kevin Owens is going to walk away with it.
These two have match of the night after match of the night after match of the night after match of the week after match of the month. These two have shown, one, Dolph Ziggler is the epitome of the term top tier when it comes to talent. I can't help the fact that he keeps pissing people off in creative or in the front office or whatever it is. I don't know. And that's the sad part about it. Ziggler should have already had at least 2 more title runs. But, once again, a veteran does what a veteran does best in a real world scenario. And that is continue to elevate the newer names in the company. Note, I don't use the term new talent. I'm saying the newer names in the company. Because apparently, according to Vince McMahon, Kevin Owens still needs help getting over. Really? Hello, McFly? What kind of crack are you smoking and where can I avoid it? Kevin Owens is tremendous. This guy is the prize fighter. I'm not just going with their hype and hyperbole. I'm going off the fact that I've watched Kevin Steen for a long time. And when the bell rings, he delivers. Just like Dolph Ziggler. When the bell rings, he delivers. This match will damn sure deliver. I echo the sentiment. Do not call me when this match starts. Do not text me. Do not tweet me. Do not smoke. Well, it depends on what the smoke is in the smoke signal. Then we'll talk a little bit later. But from there, Divas champion Charlotte versus Brie Bella. Who cares? I'm sorry. Mabo, who and why?
Horseface McGee. with her little, I wish seriously, when Brie's throwing her little Daniel Bryan kicks, I wish she would kick that mole right off of Charlotte's face and right into the trash bin. But it's not going to happen, so Horseface is going to win.
There you go. Shane Knowles.
I'm going to go with Charlotte, probably with some assistance from her father.
I'm going to go with the taller female genetic clone of Ace Haven. I'm going with Charlotte. There's no reason in God's creation why Brie Bella needs to have that damn title. There's no reason why Brie, darling, the grace period's over. Bye.
Here's my only thing. I was not to interrupt. I was going to say, and you know the E is notorious sometimes for this. I could see a title change just based off the Daniel Bryan feel-good moment.
But who would it make feel good?
Right. I just meant with her being,
if she wins, if she were to get the Divas title and start doing the yes thing in the middle of the ring Any fan that has an iClue above iClue, there. Ooh, I like that. An iClue above dried wallpaper paste will boo the mortal hell out of her. Quit stealing gimmicks. And trust me, Raymond is not a gimmick. She sounds like she has to go to poop, which is normally something Mabo would have already said, but he hasn't said that. Therefore, I decided to take it and run. Also, let's do it. Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, triple threat match to determine Hunter's opponent at WrestleMania. Mark Mabo Bowman.
Can we just skip that and question AJ's hairstyle choice?
No.
Because we know the answer, but what is up with his weird semi-emo hair? By the way, did anybody see who won the 2 out of 3 falls match? Because I didn't.
I didn't. I'm not watching it.
Shane, did you catch it?
Did not, sir.
Oh well. We don't. If it's not Roman Reigns, then somebody's peed in Vince's Cheerios or something, because it's gonna be Roman, and we're gonna end up seeing a Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar, hardcore fight for your life. I don't know, Paul Heyman on a pole match.
Ouch! I'd rather have him in the birdcage suspended 15 feet above the ring. Shane Knowles, who's going to win?
I am going to throw the 12-6 curveball here and say Brock Lesnar. With a heel turn from Dean Ambrose faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, because I think they're starting, this is just my personal opinion, is Roman Reigns versus Triple H going to sell 100,000 tickets or even get close to papering it where we could? Maybe not. Could Brock Lesnar and Triple H? Yes, and I think it's as close as it can possibly come. And I think with Paul Heyman's little side shots at Triple H and all these promos, it hasn't been directed just at Reigns and Ambrose. That leads me to believe they could go with a swerve, with a turn, Lesnar for the belt versus Trips, and a Reigns-Ambrose feud.
I'm sitting here holding a message from Robert Cosper in my hands. Yes, the cause is actually alive, kids. He said, quote, I hate to say it, but I'm looking for the Ambrose upset. Commentary has all but proclaimed Lesnar the winner. And he also goes on to say that he feels that the pre-show is horrible. So he didn't say who won the match.
WWE just sent me a message letting us know that Kalisto won. Thank you for listening, WWE.
All right.
Hey, I'm not lying. I'm sitting there on my iPad. It just came across the screen. It just said that Kalisto defeated Alberto Del Rio in front of Sioux Falls.
Well, Mabo, we're 1 for 1. So
there we go.
That means all of us are 1 for 1. Like I said, I did not pick. Right. I did not pick ADR. But I will throw this curve for both of you. My favorite one. Which match on the main show has to live up to the hype? Mabo?
Ooh. Live up to the hype.
Which match has to perform tonight in order to give fans what they feel would be their money's worth on this show, other than the main event, which you know is going to probably suck, except for Dean Ambrose?
Well, I mean, they've been pushing that whole... It's either going to be the women's title, or they've been pushing that 6-man pretty hard for some reason. So, because, they keep doing the packages of the Titans, of the old Titans falling, blah, 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 whoop-doo. So, I'm going to say it's one of those two. And the third one I would say would be the women's tag match. But, I mean, yeah, they've had more TV time as far as like actual matches. But as far as promo packages and everything, I would say the 6-man or the thing with Charlotte and not Nikki.
Okay, I got lost for a second because I was answering messages. Shane, did I go to you on this one? Which match really has to excel?
I threw a curveball, and I'm going to throw a splitter. This one I think we all know will deliver, but it was the worst-kept secret in pro wrestling that AJ Styles would debut at the Royal Rumble, and now I think this is his first advertised pay-per-view singles match. The first match on Raw with Jericho, in my opinion. The rematch on SmackDown, great. This one, whether or not they're going towards something for them at WrestleMania, AJ Styles, the hot free agent, his first advertised WWE singles match. even though they know what he can do, I think there's going to be some eyes, like, how we know he's got the fan momentum, but how he comes off this pay-per-view match tonight, how far could they really go with him? I mean, they're really good on first impressions and stuff like this.
I'm inclined to agree on the factor of we know that Ziggler Owens is gonna blow everybody away. They have it. Styles Jericho is gonna blow everybody away. They have it. I want to see whether or not the 6-man tag can prove me wrong. This match has to excel. This match has to show me something. If the Wyatt family is the new face of evil and Kane Big Show being the old guard, so to speak, and Ryback at mid guard, so to speak, we'll work on that concept. This match has to show me something as to why that torch should be passed. When you've got the demon, the monster, and whatever, right, the big guy taking on the Wyatts, this match has all the potential in the world to be the biggest cluster bang that you will see. But will it? Will the professionalism of Big Show and Kane step to the forefront and take control of this match and help the Wyatts keep everything on the tracks? Ryback is its own animal. That's all I'm going to say. I think that has got to be the match that steps up and excels tonight. Music bed's coming up in the background. Let's go ahead and throw it real quick. Mark Bowman, last call, shameless plug, sir.
Yeah, if anybody sees a Kevin Owens or a Bayley figure in the basic line of the WWE figures, contact Fast Eddie and let him know to let me know. Because I've already stashed a Finn, Hideo, and Paige, but I really want the Bayley and the Kevin Owens, and I know they're out. So, and also, I think it's awesome that there is an Adam Rose and the Bunny 2-pack tag team figures.
I saw that one.
Oh, I think that's amazing. Oh, and can we just go ahead and appreciate, because we didn't even make mention of it, and I think it's because of Eddie, because he doesn't like the people involved. He's against their race. But how awesome is New Day going to be on the Cutting Edge Peep Show? And the reason why Eddie didn't say anything is because we all know Eddie does not like Canadians.
That's not true. I like Wiggy, and she's Canadian.
You like Canadian bacon.
Oh, there's a line I could nail right there, and I am not gonna do it. Hello, Cassidy Hubbarth. Where have you been hiding on ESPN? Holy mackerel.
Probably away from you, Creepy McCreeperson.
There you go, Creepy. Wow. It's been a while since you've called me that. I'm humbled. I'm flattered, and I appreciate that. Shane Knowles, last call.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention today, congratulations to Denny Hamlin, winning the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, and I will say showing some kahunas. Unlike last year, the restrictor plate race in Talladega I attended where everyone stayed in line. Denny Hamlin knew his teammate Matt Kenseth leading the race. He knew his other teammate Kyle Busch would probably follow the leader. He still ducked out of line. A great finish to the end with Martin Truex Jr. I mean, hats off to Denny Hamlin for actually doing some outside-the-box thinking to win the race today.
And real quick, what do you think about Carl coming back from 2 laps down to finish 5th?
Tremendous. I have a buddy named Parker, a big Carl Edwards fan, and when he slapped the outside wall, he said, I'm not going to watch anymore. I said, dude, it's just minor damage. He's still in the top 15. And even though, got those 2 laps down, worked his way back up to the top 15 when I texted him, but good finish. And I hate that for Matt Kenseth, because really, other than Dale Jr., he had the car, it seemed, at Speed Weeks, and got shuffled all the way back to 14th on the final lap.
Exactly. For my last call, real quick, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out last night to Cahaba Oaks. I had an absolute blast. Started early, went late, and had a great time from start to finish. Thank you to Angel, to everybody at Cahaba Oaks. The entire staff was tremendous to me last night. Greatly appreciated, and looking forward to coming back and seeing y'all in the near future. I'm just going to sit back and say it like this. Next Saturday night for Cahaba Oaks, Elvis will be in the building, and Elvis, the fat man, has thrown down the gauntlet. Brother, have fun, because that's a great crowd out there. Cahaba Oaks, Old Springville, in Clay. It's a great time, and I'm looking forward to making my way back. Just like I'm looking forward to making my way back this coming Friday night to Buffalo Wild Wings Alabaster. Tim, CC, Rick, Jeff, Reagan, The whole staff out there. Love you guys. And I'll see you this weekend. Let's go ahead and take it around the horn real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and say, actually, I'm going to go back to Shane for shameless plugs.
Check out www.peachstateWrestlingAlliance.com Thursday as the entire brackets for the Heritage Title Tournament. And I just got to step back and say, personally, how excited I am being involved with this company for 7.5 years that a Heritage Title Tournament has arisen. And Bill Behrens, with his innovative ideas and very thoughtful selection process. There's gentlemen that have never competed at Peach State before in this. There are former Heritage champions that have not been in the company in over a year. Some of the hottest people, hottest wrestlers within the ranks of Peach State now and across the Southeast. So check out the full brackets coming up on Thursday. We look forward to getting it kicked off March 5th.
Mark Mabo Bowman, shameless plugs you want to throw out?
No. But I just want to question why Eva Marie was used in the Fastlane promo.
Because they want to try to keep her semi-relevant, and they think she looks hot in Lame.
Dude, she was not semi-relevant when she was semi-relevant. So, but it's the boss, and then my girlfriend who doesn't know that she's my girlfriend, Becky's about to come out. So, yeah.
I'll give you the quick rundown. Folks, real quick, the rundown. Live programming resumes Tuesday, February the 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern with Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio at 10 p.m. Eastern with Beyond Ringside Back to Basics. The To Be Determined show returns this Wednesday, February the 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Thursday, February the 25th, it's Corner to Corner at 11 p.m. Eastern this coming Thursday, February 25th. On the 27th, you got it. The Shooters Gallery. Yours truly, Shane Knowles, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time as we're getting ready to head for the first round of the JYD Memorial Tag Team Tournament that night in Pell City with Global Championship Wrestling. And, of course, Beyond Ringside Live returns on the 28th at its regularly scheduled time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Central. The Midnight Black Mass, due to extenuating circumstances right now, is on a temporary hiatus. I'm looking forward to being able to sit down long form with the Reverend Dan Wilson and find out exactly what happened at Empire between him and the White Rose, and we will have that in the very near future. BeyondRingside.com for the entire company. Definitely keep your eyes open on the media page. I am working to get updates done as quickly as possible. For me personally, Fast Eddie Lane, LAYNE.com. Till next time, have a great night. Have a better tomorrow. For Mark Mabo Bowman,
I want to become an official Irish last liquor.
That's funny. You win. For Shane Knowles.
I'll enjoy Fastlane this evening, fellas. I noticed it just kicked off, so I'm going to get off here and enjoy the network special.
I'm the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Lane saying until next time, adios, das vidania, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, sayonara, adieu, arrivederci, farewell, abasino, au revoir, until we meet again. Aloha means bye-bye. Join us right here next time as we all go, Echo and all, Beyond Ringside. Bye for now.